Sebastien. Yes, little bit higher, little bit higher.
We are
Okay,
going,
good.
we had
Yes.
something, but I will take it off because it doesn't.
Ah, cars, cars, cars. We are excited. Good. Okie doke.
This is better.
Okay, Sebastien, here you are. Hi.
Hello,
Lovely
hello.
to see you. Hi, hello. So, Sebastien, so you are the director of Autoworld. So, first
Exactly.
of all, how does it feel?
How does it feel? It feels great because I have the idea that I'm not working, but that I live my passion.
Exactly. Yes. I can see that. Yes. How long have you been director at Autoworld?
Now I celebrated in January my 10th anniversary.
Oh,
So
wow, long time.
yeah, I'm 42 now. So when I arrived, I was still young and naive. I learned a lot, but yeah, it's been 10 years now that I managed this museum.
Right. And how long is the museum? I mean, when was the museum opened first?
Yes, the museum was created in 68. So
68.
it's 68. So it's now 35 years old. And you maybe can see it on the image. We're in the center of Brussels, in the European district, nearby the European
Yes.
Institute, in a park, in a magnificent building. So the link with the museum and the building is really important because the first Belgian motor show in 902 was organized in this building.
Okay.
Which is
Lovely.
huge.
Wow.
Yes.
Huge. How big is it?
It's 16,000 square meter, so it's huge. Maybe we can show the ceiling. It's 30.
Yes, we can see some part. Yes. Wow. Beautiful.
Your museum has
Beautiful.
lots of different spaces. The difference with our museum is it's one big, huge space, so it's open.
Yeah. Lovely. And did you bring any change in your 10 years? I mean, in the way the museum is run, is structured, or
Yeah, it's easy to be negative on the past, and that's not what I will do. But there was some work to do when I arrived. Back in 2011, the museum was a bit dusty. It was not enough dynamic. It was a fixed collection of cars, but we didn't do nothing with it. So there were no exhibitions. Everything was like it was. Nothing changed. The collection was what it was. So I've been hired to create, to make a renaissance. You know the word renaissance, a
yes,
revival
yes.
of the museum. So it was my job to make it a bit more alive. And that's what we tried to do. The past 10 years, we tried to organize events to add cars to the collection that we don't have, create new zones. I will show you around in a few moments, so you will see what we did. And it's, like I already said, it's more a passion. I'm really happy that I had the opportunity and the chance to do it because it's
Sure,
fun to do it. But there was lots of things to do.
sure. And this is a national museum, so it's how it is run. I mean, with the
Yeah,
collection,
yeah. It's
what is, yeah.
so it's a private museum. We're
Okay.
independent, so it's not a federal museum. Lots of museums, most of the museums in Belgium are federal, owned by the
Yes.
state. We are a private museum, a non-profit organization with a board.
Okay.
And it's quite a nice story because the main goal, the cultural mission of the museum, is to keep this patrimony together.
Okay.
So if we have benefits, we invest it in the collection. We don't have shareholders, so it's quite noble. So the museum needs to survive, by its own without subventions from the government. So we're standalone, which is also an advantage, I believe, because I manage, or I try to manage with the team this museum like some sort of company. And yeah, I think we do it good. So it's a good way to manage a museum, I guess.
Sure. And how large is the collection? How many cars do you have?
So we have, you will see it, 250 cars in the collection. The oldest car is a car from 1869. And the most modern car is a car from the 2021, so a today car. We have coaches, we have motorcycles, we have trucks, and we try to tell, I guess that's what we have in common, the evolution and the history, the story about the first car, the coach that became a car until today's cars. This is the red line of the museum. I think that's the red line of every car museum. And
the collection is a general collection. It's not a specific, let's say, theme. It's not about racing or about Gran Turismo.
It is. So there's a fixed collection, a permanent collection, and then there's different zones. A bit like in MAUTO, we have a sports and competition zone. Maybe I can show you around. Because
yes, please. Yes.
Static, I will show you around.
Can't wait.
I cannot see myself, so if I'm going too fast, just let me know.
Wow, lovely. So, let us see the cars. Let us see the cars. Yeah, beautiful ladies. Oh gosh, oh gorgeous.
So we start with the timeline, and visitors, we try to tell them the link between the building and the collection. So, in this zone, in this area, we show pictures of how it was back in the 1900s. So,
we can't hear you. We can't hear you, Sebastien. Sebastien, yeah, speak.
Yeah, this is how it was in 1900. So this is the setup of a motor show in this building.
I see. Okay.
The way they presented the cars is exactly how we checked it on photos, and you can see how the setup was, how they presented cars back in 1900 in this building. So it's quite important that people understand that in this building there was a motor show, so the link with the past is really important.
It's like, you know, at MAUTO, we celebrated this year 10 years after the restructuring of the building. And during the restructuring phase, we were in a building like similar to what we are seeing now, which was Torino Esposizioni. That was the place where we used to have the car shows in the past. Yeah, so quite similar.
It's really important. And for example, in this area, you can see a little office. You can see the chassis of a Rolls-Royce, of the silver gold. And next to this car, you can see another Rolls-Royce. It's not the same car, but it's not a big of a difference, to show people that you first went to the brand, to Rolls-Royce, and then you went to the coach builder to create that car. So each car is different. And it's really important that people understand that it was not like we know it today, that you make thousands of cars daily. This was really handman craftsmanship. This was tailor-made, so it's really important.
Right. Interesting.
Here you can see, I don't know if you can...
Now come closer.
You see the image of the building back in 1905.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
So that's...
yeah.
And to answer your question, so we have different teams. And when you walk through the museum, the idea is that you're getting to know the history of automobile in a light way, if you want to be more specific and technical, we have an audio guide, so people can really search for information and extra videos.
Sure.
But the main idea is to give people in 90 minutes, 1 hour and a half, the entire history of the car. That's the main idea, the red line of the museum.
Yes. Very nice. And the museum is open now? Huh?
Yes, the museum is open now.
But it's closed now at 6.
Now it's closed, yeah. I don't have a mask. I'm safe because I'm alone.
Yes, sure.
But
okay.
The museum was closed last year 100 days. Because of the COVID situation. It was, I think, that we have in common, that it was not easy for the cultural sector, not for the entire world. I guess it was complicated, but we managed to survive. We opened the museum again after the second closure in November and December. We opened again, and we had a quite good result in December with an exhibition, the Skoda 125 years, which I will show you.
Right. Which is still on. It's still on.
Still on. And so I've explained you that exhibitions are really important in our strategy. Here you can see.
Yeah, there are comments. Your followers, Sebastien, are just teasing because they say, oh, now there's the Rolls Royce, now there's the Bugattis, the 3 Bugattis. They know the museum quite well. Huh?
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's good.
It's nice. Yeah, they see the Beetle. Yeah.
This is a small in the spotlight, we call it. It's not an exhibition, but we try to show a part of history. This is the Volkswagen milestones in the spotlight, and we try to show the different eras. So it started all with the Beetle after the Second World War. In the 70s, we had the Golf. That was a milestone for Volkswagen, and then you have the ID3.
From Giugiaro, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And we try to show also how it was by showing some elements of the 80s. That's what you also do at MAUTO. Try to compare and not always tell too much about cars, but go a bit more lifestyle, what happened in those days. So it's
lovely. Yeah.
And
yes, of course, the car industry goes in parallel with all these supplies and utilities. Yeah, home utilities. Yeah. Wow.
Let's go now on the first floor.
Yes.
Before that, maybe, do I show you the Beetle? You already saw it, the Beetle?
Yes.
Because otherwise we have to come back, and you already saw it. So another thing.
Look at that.
Another thing that we try to do is to create contests and to do some marketing also. We call it car in the box, and the idea is that people can buy the small Beetle.
That's nice. The car in the box.
The car in the box, the small one, and if you buy the small one, you can participate and you can win the big one. So this is something. It's.
So people who buy the scale model can attend the contest and can win the real car.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Nice. And when will the draw?
June, the end of June, there's a draw. So you can buy. I will not be too commercial, but you can buy it online if you want to participate from Italy.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. All right.
Okay, and then we go upstairs. We see the royal section, royal cars, Belgian cars.
Okay.
The American zone, so we can show a bit an overview. This car.
But you have Italian cars as well, Sebastien.
We have Italian cars as well. Yes, but not enough. Not enough.
But we lend, among our cooperation, we also exchange cars. So exactly. Yeah, you had You had the Alfa Romeo, huh?
We had the Disco Volante for the Italian Car Passion exhibition, and I believe each museum has its strengths, forces, and its weaknesses. I believe that we can help each other because we have our collection. We have lots of the biggest Belgian car collection with Belgian brands, but we don't have enough Italian cars, for example. That's why we add cars that we don't have in a fixed collection at exhibitions. We have now a collaboration with the Museum of Skoda, and there's 15 cars coming from the Skoda Museum, and they are now in permanence for 3 months in our museum. So in Autoworld, you can discover things. It has to change each 3 months. The content has to change, so you always discover something new. That's really important. And that adds also something to the fixed collection. You need to have a basic collection, but you need to add things. That's my vision.
That's correct. I also agree.
And you do it as well, eh, Mariella? I know you. Eh? You also organize lots of exhibitions.
Yes, we do. We used to. Now it's a little bit difficult, but yeah.
So
the drive-in, nice.
We have a big
people love the visit with the director, Sebastien. Yeah, we are all very happy to see these cars. Et la Chevrolet, look at that.
So this is the event space of the museum. We have 2,000 square meters. Maybe you can show it around. And in this, this is the exhibition of Skoda. Around.
Nice.
It all started with a bicycle. I will not become too technical, but the brand Skoda has a magnificent history. Even I had to check, because when you see the cars that came from the museum, they have cars that are similar to Italian cars. I will show you one car that looks like an Italian car. Favorites, this little Italian.
Sebastian, we lost you for a few seconds. Okay.
I'm back.
Yes, you're back now. Yes.
So this car, for me, it looks like an Italian car. Do you agree?
That's because it's red. Yes.
No,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
This one as well.
It looks like a Cisitalia or Alfa.
Yeah. So this is what we try to do, to add 40-45 cars to the collection, and really tell the story of a brand, of a model, of an era. We do themed exhibitions. We did Italian Car Passion. We did cars from America. We did So British. And that's a big success for us. It's really important to attract people, because I believe that they will come to your museum once to see the fixed collection, but then 10 years they will not come again. If you add things like this, then they will come again.
Yeah, sure. And you also have a nice, let's say, touch for the youngest, for the young people, because I know that you are very, let's say, used to work with comics, for instance.
Yes, so this is a plan for the future. This year, it has been a bad year for everybody, and also for our museum. So last year, it was already in the pipeline to create a new zone, and we postponed it. And normally, if things go better, we will integrate a new section in the museum that tells the link to the Belgian comics and the car. I will show
Nice.
you something that
I
we
love
are.
comics. Yeah, I love comics.
Yeah, this is the section with cars of the 60s. You have a Maserati.
Sì, bella. Bella Maserati.
You have the Citroen with the Maserati engine, that you know, the SM.
Ah, nice. I love the scenography. I like the painted houses.
Yeah,
It's very nice.
it's this is also something that we after exhibition we try to recycle things, and this was the setup of the So British exhibition. This is London. This images of London. And then here,
yes.
Also really important for, I think we share that vision as well, that you need to respect the timeline in the museum. When the museum was opened in the 80s, these cars were new. They were new cars, and you have to add them. You have to follow the timeline. And also in the fixed collection, it's really important to add cars. Because
and Sebastien, are these cars working or are just static?
Yes, these cars are running. This has a personalized Autoworld plate. You can see Autoworld.
Yes.
This is the car that we use for events. This is the Testarossa, you know the car. That we used to drive.
You use the Italian car for your events. So you attend rallies. What do? You go with the cars?
We organize rallies. We participate at rallies. In Belgium, we have the Zoete Grand Prix, which is really important for us. It's really good international level. So we try to come out with those cars. Another thing that we believe that is really important is that it's a car. It's made to drive. It's against our business, but cars need to drive. You also know if you don't turn the engine on often, then you have problems, the tires, oil, etc. So you have to try to, we don't have enough financial power to drive with each cars, with all the cars, but we try to take the cars that are interesting and try to drive them.
Sure. And do you do the maintenance? You have a warehouse or something where you can repair cars?
We have a garage in the museum.
Okay.
We don't do big works there, so we cannot do painting jobs, but we can do small jobs. So we have the bridge.
Yes.
But it's more show restoration. A real restoration project is not possible in the museum, unfortunately. But it's also something that we would like to do in the future.
Right.
This is sports and competition zone.
Oh, lovely.
And here you can also see something. This is one link to the comics, Michel Vaillant.
Michel Vaillant, sure, very famous.
We have
He's very famous in Italy as well, huh? Michel Vaillant. This
is a really Vaillant car that participated on a contest. It's
I love it. I love it. Just love it. They're very cute.
And this car it's a mock-up, but you can take place in this car and you take a picture in the universe of
I see a photo set. Nice.
And then people can read the comics in all languages over here.
Very nice.
In the tunnel. Nice. So you have some scale models.
Let me see. Okay.
You have the link. It's the Écurie Francorchamps, which was the second Ferrari importer of the world. It was a Belgian guy named Swatters.
Baere, how did you say? I know him. Yeah. It was, I spent 12 years at Ferrari, so I know a little bit.
You know Mr. Swatters, and you know the colors of Belgium, it's yellow.
Yeah.
These were the racing cars of the Belgian team.
Yeah.
And he was
this is why I have a yellow shirt. Yes.
Yeah, with the Enzo. So we have some Automobilia here, and then we go to this section.
Ah, it's huge. It's huge,
Yeah,
Sebastian. Wow.
Formula
You
1.
can spend one day there, not just 90 minutes. Huh? There's a lot.
But you can do it in 5 hours.
But there's a lot to see. Wow.
Yeah, sports cars. I will not go too much in detail. And then you have GT cars, sports cars, not for competition purpose.
Wow. And which is your preferred one, your beloved one, Sebastian? There must be one.
I love the Cobra.
Okay.
It's a cliche. I know it's a cliche because all boys love the Cobra. The AC is even better. But this is for me maybe one of the this as well. The GTV.
Well, yes.
It's
That's another start. No?
This is pure art.
Okay. And Sebastian, can I ask, do you host in such a large space, do you host gatherings of passionates with their vehicles? So they come with cars or so, like cars and coffee. Some of our followers just asked it.
This is also part of the marketing strategy, is to organize events and parades. We have a yearly parade with the Love Bugs, with the Beetle. And each time when we organize an exhibition, we try to add an event for the clubs. We have a big esplanade outside. It's a huge esplanade, a big square.
Wow.
You can put 300 cars. So we try to let rallies arrive, or the departure of a rally on the esplanade of the museum. The location, the venue is an advantage. Because people can really, we can do the cars and coffees, the gatherings, the parades, etc. It's quite spectacular.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're in the section. This is, for example, the scale model of a Porsche exhibition that we did in 2013, and this was the most successful exhibition that we did until today. So we have never beaten the record of the Porsche exhibition. Was a really great.
Congratulations! Yeah. When was it? How many years ago?
It was in 2014, 2013, 14. So difficult to beat Porsche. Yeah, in this section you have the evolution of design. An Alfa Romeo 6C. This is maybe also one of my favorites. The little Moretti. Nice. This is a really nice little car. That's it's like a mini GTO. Then you have the cock of a Fast Vega, but I can go on and go on and go on.
You can go on and on. I can see that. But so you have all the 250 cars at the display plus the exhibition.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. Yeah. That's a huge collection.
There's also maybe a nice car to show. It's the mock-up of the Lancia, the Hyena. Maybe you know the car. It's a prototype, the mock-up. This is also something typical of the Italians, Giugiaro. Back in the 50s. Not really nice car.
Mi say hello to Giugiaro, eh? Ciao Giorgetto. He may follow us, who knows? Fabrizio maybe as well. Ciao anche a Fabrizio.
In this,
yeah, it's amazing. Well, Sebastian, it's really, you've been working hard to let us, I guess we saw most of it. Huh?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, very quickly, but most of it very exciting.
We're back on the Skoda exhibition now.
Yes.
And the tour with today's cars. So You have the LC.
Ah, okay. The more recent cars. Ah, and bikes. You also have some bikes.
We have some. We have maybe 45 bikes.
45.
Oh, specialty. I would like to have more, but work in progress.
Well done, Sebastien. Well done.
This is maybe the end of the tour. I don't know if you still have questions. Maybe the viewers have questions, or is it?
No, I think we covered most of my interest. I also picked up some of the questions which I saw from the followers. So I guess that we covered most of it. Is there something you wish to tell us about the future programs? What's in the pipeline?
Yeah,
so we have the Skoda exhibition now until March. Yeah. When is it?
It will be until the end of March.
Okay.
And then we will do an exhibition on the Breck story. So the Brecks will be in the spotlight, and then we will celebrate in summer the 60th anniversary of the Jaguar E-Type.
Exactly. Yes, we'll also do something with the E-Type.
Yeah,
yes,
I read it. You need to celebrate E-Type. It's one of the more beautiful cars as well. But to be honest, yeah, we would try to create the new zone with the cartoons. We would love to do a big exhibition, but to be honest, it's uncertain what we are going to do. It will depend on the situation as well.
Yeah.
So we are careful. We have to be careful and not to take too much risk. So the future is yeah, it's a bit uncertain, and we hope that borders will go open again. Like your museum, we depend on people, tourists from abroad, and they are not. Yeah, the borders are closed in Belgium. So yeah, we will try to be positive and we hope that everything will normalize as soon as possible.
And so I mentioned that we are part of the National Museum Network. So we will meet the other colleagues, they will do. So we hope to work closer together in the near future.
Yeah, we hope to see each other in Padova, in Retromobile. We also need, we are like everybody, we want to go out, we want to go outside and spread our passion. So I heard good news is that you are going to open again also, no? Soon?
Yes. So far we could open on weekdays. So we are considering whether to do it because you can't travel among the regions at the moment. So the population is quite, I mean, the visitors would be quite limited, but let's see. Maybe in a couple of weeks we open. If the situation is, fingers crossed, yes, we can't wait. Really, we can't wait. So Sebastien, I think it was really, really lovely to be with you, to see Autoworld with you. So we invite all our followers to come and see you as soon as possible.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to do it.
Yeah, it was a big pleasure. Thank you so much. So hope to see you soon, Sebastien. Thank you. Thanks a lot and good luck.
Hope to see you soon, Mariella. Bye-bye.
And good luck, Sebastien. Bye. Ciao, ciao. Thank you.
Ciao.